Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Full Metal Geek Tournament. We are deep into round number 1 already, and we have an absolute smoker right now, guys. We've got one of our winners and one of our high scorers going up against each other. But I couldn't possibly. I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is Sandy the Sandman Robinson, and I am not alone in this endeavor. I am here with my co-host, the great, the trivia expert, Cody Newberry. Cody, how you doing tonight, sir?
That's hilarious. You've got good jokes. I appreciate it. I'm doing fantastic. This should be a very exciting night. I love Geek. I don't always pronounce the things correctly because, gosh, they have some weird names.
Yes,
but guys that are good at Geek do well in Geek. So it should be exciting. Again, one of our competitors doesn't have the most confidence in themselves. The other is a Maestro. It should be a very interesting day.
Absolutely. And with that, guys, we are going to get to our competitors and hear from them in just a bit. I will start with the higher ranked competitor, and that would be Full Metal Admin and one of the guys that's helping with the help running the Geek League right now. And that's Renee Villarreal Jr. Renee, how are you doing, Red Ranger?
I'm so tired. It's been such a long day. So much cleaning, so much BS. I have work at 7. I'm so tired. But no, I mean, it's awesome to be on the other side. You know, I've been asking questions for the past 6 matches. So it's always good to be on the other side just to answer questions like what you know. Look, we all know my story coming into this. I should not be a top-ranked competitor by my performance that I gave in the qualifier. So I'm literally just here to show that I at least belong in the tournament. So as long as I score better than that, I'm going to be okay tonight. Win or lose, I'm going to be fine.
Well, as somebody that ultimately, was one of the people who lost his play-in round, but was fortunate enough to score enough points, as for a fact that anybody can pull anything on any given day. So, just give her your best and everything will happen. But your opponent is going to do everything in his power to make that not happen. He's going to be here, and he was a person in our league that scored a decent amount of points, and we're very, very lucky and proud to have him. He is Jake Marangoni. Jake, how you doing today?
I am honestly grateful to be in this tournament, especially since I didn't even win. I was kind of beating myself for certain questions that I should have got, movie release dates specifically, but I'm happy that I got in. That's it's kind of a miracle, and I'm glad that I'm in. I'm facing RJ, surprisingly. In another league, I also faced RJ, and we were both the exact same seeds. I think this is fate. At least this is good luck on my part. But, I faced RJ before. I think he's pretty good in singles or in teams as far as teams goes with Ranger dudes. But I've beaten RJ before, and I'm going to beat him again.
Wow! All right, that's some good talking there. Some confidence on that side of the board here. Well, you know what? We've got those introductions, Cody. How about we get to the rules of round 1? I will give them out relatively quickly because it's pretty easy. Round 1, guys, works like this. You've seen it before. You've watched the Schmodown. That's why we're all here. We're all fans of the Schmodown. It is 10 questions, whiteboard, and dry erasers, or however you want to write your stuff down. Just make sure it's legible, spelled relatively correctly, and so that we'd be able to read it and vocalize your answers at the same time. You'll be given a 15 count. After the 15 count is done, pens will be down. No more writing will be done after it, and you will verbalize your answers while showing the camera. Does everybody understand those?
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, we're going to get right into it. Cody, you're doing the evens, right?
Correct.
All right, then you're going to start with me in round number 1, and your category for question number 1 is in a little universe we like to call Star Wars. In Solo, a Star Wars story, who plays Dryden Voss, the head of a criminal syndicate?
Solo. Some would say the best Star Wars movie ever. Some would not.
Some would not. I will say that it is my favorite of the of the standalones so far.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
All right, let's go. We'll start with RJ first.
I haven't seen it, so I crudely drew a moose.
Well, the moose is wrong, but let's go over to let's go over to Jake. Jake, what'd you get?
I believe that was Paul Bettany.
And that is correct for 1 point.
I would love to give a point for the moose.
Me too. It was a well-drawn moose, and he's not even
Pretty
Canadian. So, I mean, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Category 2 is Middle Earth. Sorry, technical. Who wields the sword nicknamed the Foehammer in the Middle Earth Saga?
Yeah, you got most of that time, so yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
Perfect. Jake, what'd you get?
Total guess, Gimli?
Ooh, incorrect.
RJ?
Gandalf.
That is correct. All right. All right, guys. We're all tied up going into question number 3, and that question is in the category of movie release dates. How many Marvel films were released in 2003? Give you a little bit extra time on this one.
Well,
What was I doing in 2003? I don't know. This is a blur.
getting stoned on a boat. What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
All right, RJ, what'd you get?
I'll probably regret changing it, but I said 2.
Let's go to Jake.
1?
Both of you are incorrect. The correct answer was 3.
Damn it.
It was X2, Daredevil, and Ang Lee's Hulk.
How could I forget that?
Forgot X2.
I'm
One
gonna name
great
myself
movie and 2 shit piles. Okay, on to number 4. Worlds of DC, guys. What country does Bruce visit to find Aquaman at the start of Justice League?
Oh, crap.
Yes. A movie that gets a ton of hate.
Not for
I
me.
don't love it. It's not in my top anything, but I enjoyed it more than Batman vs Superman.
Got to watch the extended
5.
cut.
Cuts, just do a good movie the first time. 2, 1.
All right, let's go to Jake first this time. Jake.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, let's go to RJ.
I completely spelled it wrong, but I also was guessing Norway, but I wrote my W upside down.
You guys were in the vicinity, but the correct answer was Iceland.
Ah, yeah.
Iceland.
You know what they say, the other Norway.
The other Norway, that's
Okay.
right. The one on the other side of the fjord. All right, guys, your 5th question, halfway point so far, is in the category of MCU. Which MCU film has the tagline, "Heroes don't get any bigger"?
Well, what an interesting tagline that is.
Yes. Yes, it
Apparently
is.
None of the other MCUs go to Chinese buffets.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
All right, let's go with RJ first. RJ, what'd you got?
I'm going with the best chance of Ant-Man.
And Jake?
I went with the best answer, Ant-Man.
And you would both be correct. Good job.
This in, RJ just broke his first round record.
He sure did, guys. Woo!
I'm done.
Okay, I'm stopping the feed. It's over. Let's go. Yay, it's a tie.
All right,
right.
guys. In category 6, directors and composers. How many Star Trek films were composed by Jerry Goldsmith?
Robert Parker.
Best Star series.
I like both. I'm a fan of both.
One doesn't feature whales. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
Let's go with Jake.
God, I hope you didn't do the first one. I'd put 4.
And RJ?
I also guessed 4.
And you guys both get a sandwich from Brooklyn whenever you talk to him next. You missed it by 1. It is 5. And those movies, the movies were Motion Picture, Final Frontier, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis.
First Contract would have been a totally different movie.
Yeah. First Contract, starring Tom Cruise. All right, guys.
Jason Statham movie.
Your 7th category is in the category of heroes and villains. What Oscar-winning actor played the villainous Ruafo in Star Trek Insurrection?
I'm quite happy. I would have pronounced that the exact same way that you did, so I'm proud of myself. Gosh.
Can you repeat the question?
I can. It's Jake's first. All right. In the category of heroes and villains, what Oscar-winning actor plays the villainous Ruafo in Star Trek Insurrection?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully no one's drawing a moose. Answers.
And we will go to RJ first.
This is wrong. I put Tom Hardy. I just know he played a villain once.
And Jake?
I blanked.
All right. Your answer was F. Murray Abraham.
Oh, damn. He was in that.
Yep. Under
Sure.
heavy makeup.
All right, guys. Your next category is in Who Said It? Number 8 for you guys. In the world of DC, who said one misses the days when one's biggest concern is exploding wind-up penguins? I'm going to be honest with you, Sandy. I've never had a day that I had exploding penguins, but it would suck if it happened, I think.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if something worse came around, exploding penguins would definitely be something that you'd enjoy more.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers.
And Jake.
Alfred.
And RJ?
Alfred.
Both correct for 1 point. Good job, guys. All right. Question number 9 is in the category of DC. DC. In Batman Forever, what collection does Bruce show Dick to convince him to stay at Wayne Manor for a while longer?
I mean, have you seen Bruce Wayne's house? You don't really have to convince me to stay. I'd be okay with it.
I mean, especially, in that same movie, in that same, Alfred comes with a sandwich, I mean, like
3,
doesn't get better.
2, 1. Answers.
All right, let's go to RJ.
I hope I'm not too specific. I said his motorcycles.
And Jake.
I say his collection of cars.
And the correct answer is the motorcycle collection. So RJ gets that point.
I was just gonna say his vehicles.
Yeah, I should have said one of those.
All right, guys. Final question. Wizarding World. In the detention scene in Sorcerer's Stone, Hagrid takes students to search for what specific injured magical creature? Whew. I love these.
Yeah.
I love the books. I love the movies. So they're fantastic all around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're going to start with Jake.
Unicorns.
And RJ?
Unicorn.
Both correct for 1 point. Good job. We have, after going through most of the entire game tied up, we have a slight lead going into round number 2. RJ is ahead 5 to Jake's 4. So still anybody's match, and we get to do the awesomeness of round 2 right now. Round 2 works like this, guys. Round 2, you will be given 4 questions, each have multiple choice. If you once you spin the wheel, you'll get a chance to respin the wheel, but whatever you spin on that second time, you will have to keep. You have the option to go to multiple choice. If you answer without multiple choice, the question's worth 2 points. Multiple choice, of course, is 1. The person in the lead right now is Renee. Renee, you get the choice to either spin first or defer to your opponent.
I'll defer.
All right, so Jake, you are up. Your categories going into round number 2 are, you've got directors and composers, you've got Star Trek, you have Middle Earth, movie release dates, Worlds of DC, MCU, Wizarding World, and the awesomely named Heroes and Villains Choice. If you land on Heroes Choice, you get to pick your category. If you land on Villains Choice, your opponent does. So, Jake, are you ready to spin the wheel?
I'm never ready, but let's do it.
All right, let's get it on. Cody, hit him. God, I got to get that freaking wheel. No, still going. Is it going to switch over? Oh,
Worlds of DC.
Worlds of DC.
Let's spin again.
Okay, spinning again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Movie release dates.
I'll take
that.
All right, buddy, you got this one.
All right, guys. Well, just Jake, actually, but RJ, keep your ear out.
Be writing down your steals.
Yeah, give me a second just to keep track of this stuff. All right. Jake, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, question number 1. What year did Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban and Catwoman and Blade Trinity
2004.
come out? Okay. That is correct. Just make sure you do final answer. We kind of do that with appeals and stuff, multiple choice, but I jumped too. All right. What year did the DC films Steel and Batman and Robin?
1997, final answer.
That is correct. Question number 3. What year saw the release of Captain America the First Avenger and X-Men First Class?
2011, final answer.
That is correct.
Wow. Jake
Question number 4. Question number 4. What year was Superman 3 released?
1973, final answer. No, sorry, repeat like that. 1983, final answer. 1983, 1983. 1983, final answer.
Jake, I'm sorry you said final answer after 1973. Unfortunately, that means it's a 2-point steal opportunity for RJ. RJ, do you know what the answer is?
I'm just going to take what he tried to change it to and say 1983 final answer.
God damn it.
That is correct.
That is correct for a 2-point steal.
That is so on me.
You understand why we can't take that, right?
No, I totally get it. And I'm beating myself because I said final answer because I was so cookie.
I knew what you meant as soon as you said it. I was just like, oh. Okay.
As soon as you said 73, I was like, no, you can't change it. But no, absolutely. Good job. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. Okay, so we are going to move into, and nothing to be sneezed at over there. 6 out of 8 points in that round. So
it's like
nothing.
a Bibiani moment. It went a little too fast and didn't stop, but it's okay. So deactivated movie release.
Perfect.
For the other 7 categories. Here's your spin, RJ.
Okay.
Star Trek.
Definitely spinning again.
Oh, hold on.
We got to watch some Star Trek together, Arch.
We should.
There's the spin. And the spin is in, and it lands on DC.
And DC.
I don't have a choice.
It was so close to Hero's Choice. It was so close.
Nah, that's fine.
All right, bringing the questions up right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, RJ, your first question in DC is, in Red 2, who plays Dr. Bailey, the scientist and creator of the Nightshade bomb?
Thank God I love these two movies. Anthony Hopkins' final answer.
That is correct. All right, off to a good start in round 2 here. All right, question number 2. In Superman Returns, Lex Luthor creates an ever-growing island infused with what?
Kryptonite, final answer.
That is correct. All right, question number 3. What is the name of the corrupt accountant who launders money for the mob in The Dark Knight?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Lee, B, Wang, C, Lau, or D, Zhang.
Lau, final answer.
That's correct for 1 point. And your last question in DC.
Yeah.
Where does Natalie Portman's character, Evie, sorry, let me repeat the whole thing. Where does Natalie Portman's character, Evie, work in V for Vendetta?
Are we looking for a specific or just the type of place she works in?
Just the type.
She works at like a broadcasting studio, like a TV studio.
That is correct for 2 points. Or for 1 point, sorry.
Wait, why 1 point?
Two.
I didn't.
It's 2. It's 2.
Oh, okay. I was right the first way. Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, good. Bye. Yeah, no, my bad on that. Sorry. Okay, so let me just do a quick score count. Guys, we have a good score. It is 14-10 in favor of RJ. So we are going to be going to Jake first, and we are going into round number 3. Round number 3 works like this, guys. We reset the wheel. There's a bunch of different random categories that have been pulled, and you will be getting a 2, a 3, and a 5-point question. You can, at any point in time during the 2, 3, and 5-pointer, you can opt to respin the wheel. If you do, you do not get another respin. If you do it on 2 and you get a really hard question on 5, you cannot respin. So you only get 1 out of the 3. Also, if you roll, let's say, Jake, you roll DC in your 2-pointer, but roll it again in for your 3-pointer, and then roll it again for your 5-pointer, you can answer all 3 of those questions. But once a category has been off the board from one competitor, at the same point value, the other competitor cannot re-roll that. So it is not in play. Do you guys understand the rules for round 3?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So as it stands right now, Jake is the only person that's used a repeat rule. So RJ still has all 3, and both of you still have your challenges. Jake, we're going to start with your 2-point. And what I need you to do is we're going to roll that wheel and get you your 2-point question.
You want to read off the category so they know what's on it?
I sure will. You have Star Trek, MCU, Heroes and Villains, Directors and Composers, DC, and Worlds of DC.
All right. Your spin is in. Worlds of DC.
Worlds of DC. Do you want to answer, or do you want to read off the 2-pointer?
Sure. All right. Worlds of DC. As soon as I can pull it up. Worlds of DC. Okay. 2-pointer. In Superman, we learn that both Clark and Bruce's mother's first name were what?
Oh,
Martha.
seriously. Say it this time, Jake.
Martha.
And
Answer.
there we go. 2 points, correct. All right.
Sorry, I really am apologizing. I laughed a little too hard for that because that
Oh, I almost did the boo that they do in the crowd at the Schmodown when they get those 2-point questions. So, all right, so that puts our score at 14-12. So we are still going to stick with Jake, and we're going to roll the dice again and get him his 3-point question.
Just normal DC.
Just normal DC. Okay, so there we go.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Cody.
Your 3-point question, Jake. What is the first thing Hal Jordan uses his ring to make in Green Lantern? Just an amazing movie here. Brilliant.
He creates a fist. Final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. The first thing that he does create is the racetrack to stop the car.
I'm going to challenge that.
Okay.
After he gets the ring, he's at the bar where he meets Blake Lively, and once he leaves, he gets beaten up, and he uses the ring, and he creates a fist that punches them. So I'm going to challenge that.
Yeah. Okay. So we have an official challenge. So just give me a second. I'm just going to go and look it up right now. Well, after careful deliberation, folks, we have an incorrect answer and a correct answer from our opponent, or from our competitor. Jake Marangoni has got his 3-point question right. The actual answer was that Hal Jordan did create a fist. And as his first act with the ring, so he gets his 3 points, and that has moved him ahead by 1 point, 15-14. We move it back to now to RJ for his 2-point spin. And Cody, when you're ready to spin that wheel, we're gonna get it going.
Yep. All right. So here is your 2-pointer. If it lands on Worlds of DC, we will just respin.
That's right.
I can't deactivate it yet. MCU.
All right, MCU. Okay, I will read the questions out to RJ. RJ, your 2-point question in MCU to retake the lead. In Avengers Infinity War, which stone does Thanos acquire last?
The Mind Stone. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points in the lead.
Yeah, the game.
All right, Jake. That means you are on your 5-point question. This is a must-hit for you in order to force RJ to answer his 3 and 5-point questions. You roll that, Cody, and ask him his question.
Here it comes. Heroes and villains.
Heroes and villains. This is your 5-point questions. I will remind you that you do have a respin available if you'd like.
Yeah, well, this is better than some of the other categories I'm going to get. Let's go for it. Let's
All right.
take heroes and villains.
Okay. 5-pointer. What MCU villain was once described as the 1-inch man?
The 1-inch man. Can you repeat the question?
Yep. That'll be your second one. What MCU villain was once described as the 1-inch man?
Let's at least my final repeat.
All right. Your final one, and then the countdown will follow. What MCU villain was once described as the 1-inch man? 5, 4,
I think you may have this, RJ.
2.
Yellow Jacket, final answer.
And your winner,
Holy crap.
in an absolute barn burner, RJ is moving on to round number 2. The correct answer for that question was Ego, the living planet.
Wow.
That, Cody, was an absolute photo finish on there. If Jake would have hit that question, that would have forced RJ to answer his next 2 questions regardless. And I mean, that was the truest definition of a 5-pointer right there. It wasn't easy. In fact, I will admit this to the audience that I didn't even know the answer to that question. So a real tough question, but Jake really, really did put up a huge fight today. But in the end, RJ is our winner. And let's go over, what did you think of this match? How did everything pan out the way you thought? Cody.
Again, I love everybody a part of my team, but gosh, if Robert and RJ could just lose the matches, then scheduling wouldn't be hard, and scheduling writing wouldn't be hard if they could just all that, including Sandy. Like, it would just be a fantastic thing. But of course, RJ does the Cody thing, doubts himself, and then wins. So fantastic performance.
Absolutely. Let's go over to our unfortunate second place finisher today and talk to him about his thoughts about what happened. Jake, you almost had the comeback completely done there. How did you feel about your performance today, and what are you looking forward to going forward?
I'm still iffy about one thing, and it's the biggest F up I've ever done, and that is, say, 1973, when I knew, and I even said 1983, the release date of Superman 3. That is the biggest mistake that I have ever made, and that is what cost me the match. If I had gotten that, it would have been tied. I wouldn't have to. There would be less stress missing my 5-pointer because it would have came down to RJ hitting his 5-pointer. That's what really sucks, and that's going to really haunt me. I could have tied the game. It would have been tied, and RJ won. Hey, he beat me. There's no way I can go away with it. He beat me, and that's how it went. I have respect for RJ. He definitely proved himself in round 2, and I'm glad that you guys let me play, especially when I didn't win the preliminary match. But if you want me back, I'd love to. I still need to prove myself.
Well, that was exactly what I was going to get into right there. We have been so happy with your performances in your couple of matches that you've been in here. You will definitely be one of the people that we want to see in the singles league when it starts up in the new year. But for right now, we're going to go over to so thank you again for playing, but we're going to go over to our winner. RJ, how did you feel about your performance today, and what are you looking forward to next?
Well, I still did better than I thought. I mean, that's the one thing to take away from it. I actually did what I usually do and got 50%
doubled your points.
The first round. I did double my points. But you know what? Luck was definitely on my side today. Jake jumped the gun when he realized his mistake, and I just took his answer. You know, that was very lucky. Could I have maybe guessed it right? Maybe. I don't know if I would have used my repeats and thought about what he said, because I could already tell that you and Cody were reacting very strongly to how close his answer was to the correct answer. And I may not know the Superman movies, but I do know that they were in the 80s for the most part. So I probably would have guessed my way to it, but who knows? But DC was definitely on my side today, because I could have easily got all questions from Christopher Reeve's Superman, which everyone knows I have not seen. I could have got something from Jonah Hex, which I don't think anybody has seen. But you know what? It helped me that the first question was in a movie that I really enjoy. So that kept my confidence up, and it really helped.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. You played a great match. You played a smart match. It's just everybody that watches this video is absolutely going to drop their jaw on the floor when they see that moment. Jake, he obviously knew the answer. He just rushed right into it, and it was a quick and easy steal for you to grab on that one. But you got the victory. Like I said, you scored 8 points in your first match. And you're able to double your points up in this time around, and you're moving on to the second round. Who are you looking forward to most?
the upset so I don't have to face Dominic. Like, because I don't want to get slaughtered in the second round. But if I play the way I did today, I will. But I guess I'm looking forward to moving on. I kind of am on the same page of Cody. I kind of wish I had lost so I could just focus on behind the scenes and not worry about having to play anymore. But yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, bring it on. Whatever comes next.
All right. Well, we're really thankful that you are playing in this tournament, and happy that both of you guys were here today to play with me and Cody. Cody, any final thoughts on this match?
It's crazy. Again, that's a swing right there. If he doesn't throw out the movie release dates like that, it's wrong. But again, it could be a closer game. Again, I think it's a great match. That's why RJ shouldn't doubt himself. But damn it, just lose next round so you can just focus on behind the scenes with me. Okay.
Exactly. There you go. So let's get some real quick plugs. Jake, where can the kids find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Pretentious Hack, the P and the H Caps. I am also one of the heads of Multiplex, specifically the Movie League, known as Movie Warzone. We have scheduled matches, 2 matches every week. Actually, I've still got to edit a couple more matches for this week. But yeah, if you want to play, just send me a message on Facebook, and yeah, we can get you a match.
Awesome. I play over there, so awesome. Multiplex rules. RJ, where can the cool kids find you on the interwebs?
Well, when I'm not just sitting in my living room enjoying my new cat, play with this new cat tree. It's adorable. You can find me here at Full Metal Geek helping with this tournament. You can find me all over Full Metal Media. And you can find me on Facebook at Rene Villarreal Jr. Do not type in RJ. You will find 43,821 people who are not me.
That's right. Awesome. Thanks for that. And Cody, where can the cool kids find you on the interweb?
You can pretty much find me all over Take 3. I'm on watch-alongs. I'm on Late Night, where I argue and debate with everybody and win title after title. You can find me on Rankem as the grumpy old man in the corner that yells at everybody's choices because they're all terrible. And you can also find me on reactions over there. And you can find me here doing Full Metal Geek, just reading stuff, not writing, so you can at me.
Awesome. And for me, my name is Sandy the Sandman Robinson. You can find me all over Full Metal Media. You can also find me all over Take 3. I have as well. My show that I co-host with Matt Kearns drops every Saturday. It's called Rhyme and Reason, where we talk about things you guys should like that you don't. And you can find me on Facebook and Twitter at srobinson1799. And just a quick reminder, this will have already aired by the time it is, but the new improved Full Metal Trivia is going live this coming up week, which is the week of October 22nd. And we're going to be a full week schedule of stuff dropping, guys. So make sure that you come on there, you subscribe, and you like and comment on everything that you see and watch. It really does help us out. Other than that, like I said, my name is Sandy Robinson, and this has been Full Metal Geek Round 1 of the tournament, and it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and keep watching movies and have fun.